If you're a woman over 50, then there's a few areas of your body that are probably tight. I'd say probably your chest and your shoulders are tight, making your posture like this. Your hip flexors are tight, making your lower pelvis posture like this. And there's a few other areas of the body that you're probably gonna wanna stretch to loosen your body up and feel good. But the good news is, this is the best stretch routine for women over 50, and I'm gonna walk you through each movement in real time, so follow along, okay? The best news is, you can do this entire routine from a chair. So, here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna do 1 minute on each stretch, and then we're gonna go to the next one. So follow along, it's gonna take less than 10 minutes. The first stretch is for your upper back. So what you're gonna do is come to the edge of the chair, make sure your shins are vertical and perfectly still. Don't let them move with you as you turn. Now the first thing you're gonna do is grab the opposite side of your knee with your hand, and then either grab the side of the chair or the back of the chair if you can, and you're gonna rotate your body twisting backwards like this. Tall through the top of your head the entire time as you hold this stretch. Now, as we do this stretching routine, I want you to take big belly breaths deep into the belly. Don't worry about your belly sticking out. That's what we want, okay? Big belly breath in, and then as you exhale, try to turn your body a little bit more, leading with your eyes while maintaining that length through the top of your head, okay? So again, you can have this position from your hand on the edge of the chair like this, trying to rotate and extend the spine, or you can have it on the back of the chair like this as it helps you pry yourself deeper into that position. So a couple more deep breaths here, into the belly. As you exhale, try to relax the body and look back a little bit further. You'll be surprised at how much extra range of motion you'll get out of this stretch. Now slowly unwind and notice how your body feels each time you unwind out of a stretch. And let's go to the opposite side. So grabbing the opposite leg with your hand, grabbing the side of the chair or the back of the chair, and then tall to the top of the head, meaning you reach your head towards the sky as we look over our shoulder. Again, deep belly breathing. And then relaxing everything as you exhale. Again, don't worry about that belly poking out when you take a big breath. That's exactly what we want. We want those deep belly breaths. And remember to stay tall to the top of your head and continue to try and look further and further towards your shoulder as you do this stretch. And remember too, don't let your legs move with you. We're trying to not do this. We're trying to keep everything stationary in the middle as we just stretch the upper back and the chest, which is a fantastic stretch for improving your posture and making your body feel good. So one more breath, deep into the belly, and then let it go. Enjoy that twisted stretching position, and then slowly, 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 slowly come out of that stretching position. All right, now the next movement, we're gonna do a dynamic movement, so it's gonna be moving in and out of the stretch. We're gonna put our hands behind us with our fingertips pointing outward on the chair. We're gonna put our feet in front of us with our knees facing straight forward. Don't let the knees cave in. We're gonna squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up, and try to come into a tabletop position, and then come back down. Now, if this is too hard for you, you can literally just lift your chest in the chair and hold for a second and then come back forward a little bit and just repeat like this. If this is too easy for you, you can lift your hips as high as possible and hold this position. You can even bring your body forward to stretch the shoulders even more. But we want to ideally come in and out of that position, trying to bring our hips as high as possible and pulling our shoulder blades back and down the entire time. All right? So if you're following along, you should get like 10 slow and controlled reps or about 1 minute of doing these slow, low chair tabletop lifts. For the breathing pattern, inhale as you go up, hold for a second, exhale as you come down. Let's do one more rep and really reach the chest, open the chest, pull the shoulder blades back in together, and then come back down and relax. Oh, feels good. Okay, now we're gonna do a hip flexor stretch, and this is one of my new favorite hip flexor stretches. On your chair, I want you to find a kneeling position. Ideally, it's a cushy chair or a couch, and take one big step forward like this. We're gonna twist the hips forward. We're gonna squeeze the glute muscles, meaning I'm pointing my tailbone down, not up like this, and I'm gonna allow my body to drop forward until I feel a stretch coming through my hip flexor on this side right here. Now in that position, you can hold on the back of the chair. Same thing, belly breaths. Inhale, and then imagine length between the knees. Like imagine somebody's almost like pulling your femur out of its sockets on both sides. We're creating length through the hip. If you want to stretch even deeper into the psoas, you can even take your arm and lift it overhead and do a slight side bend, and you'll feel the stretch coming into the hip flexor all the way into the abdomen at the same time. Again, focusing on tall posture, deep breathing, and slowly deepening into the stretch as we hold this position. Okay, one more deep breath. Let the pelvis move down and forward as you stretch this out, okay? Now slowly come out of it, and we're gonna switch to the other side. So you're gonna bring the knee down to the chair, find your balance, take one step forward, squeeze the glutes and tuck the pelvis, and then slowly bring the hips forward until you feel that stretch in your hip flexor right here. Now in this position, focus on the breathing. And then when you exhale, let the weight of your body bring your pelvis forward, okay? So like this. Big belly breath in, see my belly's poking out. And as I exhale, I'm just gonna relax and let the weight of my body pull me forward, all right? And try that a couple more times. Big belly breath in. Maintain the height through the top of the head, right? Don't have your posture forward like this after we just stretched your spine. Exhale, and then open up that hip flexor, okay? A couple more times. Deep belly breath in. Squeeze, and then relax all the muscles and sink into that position a little bit deeper. Now here, slowly use your hands to come out of this position, and let's stretch out those hamstrings because these are tight on people as well. So let's come back to the opposite leg, and we can do this like this. Put your foot on that chair with your heel forward and lift your toes towards your nose. Then a tall posture like this, you might even feel the stretch already just in this position. That's totally fine. But if we want to deepen the stretch, we can move forward and backward into the stretch, slowly trying to bring our belly button towards our thigh, but not while rounding our back. So I never want you to go like this and round your back like you see a lot of people doing when they stretch their hamstrings. Instead, we're gonna just come forward, bring the belly button towards the thighs. You can relax, and then just come up a little bit. And you're just gonna go forward and backward in that range of motion, just like this, okay? A couple more repetitions, exhaling forward, driving the heel down to come back up. So this is helping you create flexibility in the hamstring and also helping you create strength in the hamstring at the same time. Exhaling down and coming back up. And once you finish this, slowly come out of that position, and let's go to the other side. So you're gonna come around to the other side, put your heel up on the chair, lift your toes towards your nose just like this. Tall posture. If you already feel the stretch, fantastic. If you don't, then bring the belly button towards that thigh. Little ranges of motion at first, and then over the course of the minute, we will slowly add a little bit more range of motion. After this, there is only one stretch left. And then once you finish that stretch, I hope you can check in with your body and see how does it feel now. And you can recognize that this routine took less than 10 minutes to complete. Because the reality is, you're only a few moves away from feeling better in your body, especially when those moves are teaching you how to move your body better. Because you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it for the rest of my life. When you move your body better, you feel better in your body, all right? So keep going back and forth like this, inhaling as we go down, and then exhaling as we reach that forward position, driving the heel into the ground, coming back up. One more time, just those little ranges of motion to really open up the hamstring and create strength in it at the same time. And then slowly come out of that position, all right? Now the last move you're gonna do is we're gonna do it on the back of a chair or a countertop. So bring your chair to the side like this. You're gonna grab on with your hands, and there's two ways to do this, okay? The first way you can do this is you can either, from a standing position, bring your feet back until your hips are a little bit behind your feet, and then just let your head come between your arms like this. It's really important here, though, that we don't internally rotate the shoulder, so you can turn your thumbs up, or you can turn your elbow pits towards the sky as you do this. Instead of your elbows up like this, we want the elbow pits towards the sky, okay? Now you can hold it like this. If this doesn't feel like it's a good stretch for you, because maybe you have restrictions in your shoulders, you can always come down to a kneeling position, which often deepens this stretch because you can often get into a much deeper version of this, and it's usually a lot less pressure on your shoulders too, so it's a little bit safer. So again, turning the thumbs toward the sky or the elbow pits up as we just let the weight of our body allow our head to come between our arms and our hands to come backwards. Don't forget about your breathing. Big belly breath, and as you exhale, imagine there's a weight tied to your sternum, and it's just pulling that part of your body towards the ground and allowing the shoulders to open up, Imagine there's length in your spine from the top of your head through your tailbone, right? We want as much length as possible as we're holding this position, as we're increasing our shoulders range of motion. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come out of this stretch. Man, less than 10 minutes and your whole body should feel amazing. And these are some amazing stretches, specifically for women over 50 to help you combat the things that you're often struggling with, which is those tight hips and the tight shoulders that are both giving you bad posture in your upper body and your lower body. So come back to this routine every day. Give it a shot. See how your body feels. Let us know in the comments how your body feels after following along to this. And if you want more beginner stretches that will help you feel good in your body, well, we made this video for you right here. Go check that out. I'll see you there.